Let's get your hands dirty by creating first application in React. At first, we need to set up the environment which are necessary for creating React application. First, you need to install node.js. So you may wonder why we require node.js. This is not the actual node.js course. This is the React course. The reason why we install Node.js is that for working with the package manager called npm, that is Node.js Package Manager, it has plenty of packages and you require a package called Create React App which is shipped through npm. Not only that, we need additional packages such as Babel and Webpack that are shipped through npm. And this npm is a part of node.js. So that is the reason why we require node.js for working with React. In addition to this, for execution of React application also, you require a lightweight development server, and internally that server is built based on node.js. So that is the reason you need node.js for working with React. So you can actually download and install either current or LTS version, but I prefer using LTS because the current libraries of React will already be updated with the LTS version rather than the current or latest version of Node.js. So prefer using LTS, and you will get a file like this and run the file. And it's a simple wizard to install node.js. And you can complete this simple wizard by clicking on next, next and finish. And after completion of installation of node.js, you require to install the code editor, that is Visual Studio Code. It is open source, lightweight and free to use. So go to code.visualstudio.com and click on Download for Windows and run this setup file. It installs Visual Studio Code for you. So after installing Visual Studio Code, open the command prompt window by typing cmd. Alternatively, you can also use node.js command prompt from the start menu. After installing Visual Studio Code, this is the time for installing a package called Create React App, which helps us to create the React applications easily. In order to do so, open the command prompt or terminal on your machine and use the command npm install create react app -g. That means, hey npm, that is Node.js Package Manager, install a package called Create React App and install it globally. That means this package must be available globally on any folder in the same machine, so that you will be able to create and run the React applications from any folder on your machine. So run the command npm install create react app -g. It downloads the package and installs the same on your local machine. And after installing this package, this is the time for creating a new React application. But before that, let us create a new folder to place our React applications. I am trying to create a new folder by using md command. That means make directory and specify the path of the new folder. That is, for example, c:\react. With this name, a new folder will be created, and you need to locate the same folder by using cd followed by the folder name, that is c:\react. So make sure you are in the correct folder, that is c:\react in this case. And now you need to use the command called create react app in order to make a React application. So create React app space application name. The application name can be anything but should not contain capital letters. For example, I am giving the name My First App. You can use hyphens for separation of words, but uppercase letters are not recommended. So run the command create React app space and provide your application name. So this command creates the React application and automatically set up the necessary development server, Babel and Webpack. The development server helps us to execute React applications after compilation. And a Webpack package helps us to bundle the files. And the Babel package helps us to compile the JavaScript files from JSX files into regular plain JavaScript files. So those compiled JavaScript files can be really executed on the browser. And after creating the React application, you can use either of these commands like npm start, npm run, npm test, etc. But for time being, you require one command called npm start in order to compile and execute the React application. So first switch to the application folder, that is cd c:\react my first application. So make sure you're in the correct folder, that is my first application, and run the command npm start. This will automatically compile and execute the React application in the default browser. In case if you want to change the default browser, you can use the Windows settings and go to apps. This is the cool default output from React application. But how does it work? Let's edit the source code by using Visual Studio Code now. In order to get started with, go to Start and look at Visual Studio Code and go to File menu, Open Folder, and select the appropriate folder, that is c:\react my first application folder, and click on Select Folder. And in this folder, you can see something called public and src. In the public folder, you can see index.html. This will be the starting point of your React application. So it contains the typical HTML syntax. And it imports the icon and contains the basic meta tag. And of course, these meta tags are optional. And if you scroll down, you can see something called no script. This message will be appear when JavaScript is not enabled on the browser. Because to execute React application, it is necessary that user must enable JavaScript. But of course, JavaScript is enabled by default in all the user machines in all the modern browsers. And we have a tag called div tag with id equal to root. This div tag is the placeholder where the actual React output will be rendered at runtime. And after that, there is nothing much, just closing of body and HTML. And now coming to the src folder, you have something called index.js, which has a statement called react dom.render, and which eventually invokes app. That means it renders the app component in the root element, which is already present in the index.html file. So where is the definition of the app component? Go to app.js file in the src folder. There you can see something called app, and it has a div tag that renders all the relevant output that we have seen in the browser. For example, this rotating icon is the img tag which is written here. And after that, you can see some hyperlink, for example, learn React, which appears here. And you can make any changes in the app.js. But in the next lecture, we will try to learn how to build a React application from the scratch. Then you will understand how these files are working internally.